I was borrowing my buddy's truck on the weekends. I'd coordinated everything for Saturdays. I was out and about delivering shelves. May of 24, it got so busy, I quit the day job and did this full time. Instead of just my evenings to this, if you think of a $1,000 shelf, the expenses on that is probably $150. So there's still plenty of profit. My record is still 100% for in-person sales. Hey, can you come measure for me? Sure. I always close. It doesn't cost you a thing to make a listing, so make as many as you can.
Use ChatGPT to come up with ideas.
Yeah, you can sell anything.
What advice do you have for people wanting to sell anything on Facebook Marketplace? Way back in August of 2024, I interviewed Alex Nelson. He is my buddy in Utah, aka the Shelf Dude. And we talked all about how he's able to make 15 grand a month in net profit selling custom garage shelves exclusively on Facebook Marketplace. That was episode 55, and it's linked in the description below. So I wanted to have him back on the podcast for an update. How are things going? How has your business changed, if at all? What advice would you give to other people trying to sell anything on Facebook Marketplace, either a product or a service? So if you want the full context, you're welcome to listen to the episode link below from August 21st, 2024. But we summarized that whole episode in the first 5 or 10 minutes of this episode. So please enjoy my episode with Alex. So tell us what you do, Alex. We'll get everyone up to speed.
Yes. Well, I am the Shelf Dude. You can see that here on the shirt. I make the shelving units for those black and yellow totes that you can get at any of the big box stores. You probably have some in your garage, but they're all stacked. But that's not the best way, most efficient way to access them or store them, because you send the husband out, hey, go get me this. And he goes out and has to unstack everything, find it. It's a stressful situation for him. I don't want to do this. It takes him a long time. Compared to, hey, just go pull the one out directly from the shelf. So that's what I do. It's really worked out for me. It's kind of it's a real simple solution to an everyday need. Everyone has this.
And where did you first see the design for the shelves that you make? And for those watching on YouTube, we'll overlay what it looks like.
Sure. So back in November of 2023, so 2 years now, my wife was just kind of scrolling around and saw something similar online, just kind of a thing in the background. And hey, you should make one of those for our garage. So, okay, made one. Because I also felt that stress, that disorganization, everything was stacked. And so I made one, changed our garage. I immediately felt a relief. It's like, oh, this is easy now. I don't have to unstack anything. You know, it's funny how many people I've run into that have pulled their back or pulled their arm because they've toppled over or they can't lift it.
Do you remember where online you saw it?
I want to say it was an Instagram. This one from my wife. She forwarded it to me. She was looking for a entertainment center.
Okay.
One of the ones that you can buy the plans to and buy or build it yourself. And she'd seen something similar on that guy's site.
Was there any indication on his site that it was a popular design or a popular item or no?
Not that I can recall. It was just kind of just something there.
Yeah. This is kind of like when I tell my Bucky story, the first question that people ask is, what else could you do that with? You know, like what other stores could you do that with? And I don't know, Trader Joe's, H-E-B, we've kind of dabbled with some of them. Sometimes you just hit lightning in a bottle and it can't be replicated. Oftentimes, in fact, usually in my experience, it can be replicated with a different product or service. I wonder if there's a way to go to Pinterest or Etsy or a site that sells plans like this and look at the number of comments or sort by most popular and take your exact same playbook with, it could be a coffee table, it could be a table, it could be garage shelving that looks completely different, and to use Facebook Marketplace as your distribution platform to copy that. I'm just wondering out loud if that could be a thing.
I think that there's so many ideas out there. It's like, oh, just sell that. I don't know how. Get some pictures, put it on Facebook and see what happens. It's just that easy.
Yeah.
If people buy it up or you get a lot of interest, well, that's kind of, you're proving your concept right there.
So remind me again how it all worked out. So you built one for your wife. What was the triggering event that said, I'm going to try to sell this?
Oh, great question. So at this point in our lives, I was wanting to go back to school, get the MBA, and I'm actually finishing that up in 2 weeks. We need money to pay for this MBA program. And that was the actual motivation to sell these. once in the mix, in the weeds, it's like, oh, this has some potential.
Yeah.
And to remind everyone, May of 24, it got so busy, I quit the day job and did this full time, dedicating 8 hours a day instead of just my evenings to this. But yeah, I was borrowing my buddy's truck on the weekends. I'd coordinated everything for Saturdays. Didn't see my wife or kids for many Saturdays as I was out and about delivering shelves.
Yeah. It would go a really long way if you just subscribe to this channel. It's just a good way of saying, Chris, thanks for the value. And all of your leads were coming from either Facebook Marketplace or from referrals from Facebook Marketplace, right?
Correct. Yep. That was me. When I wasn't working or building shelves, I was on Messenger. Yes. Is this still available? Yes, it is.
Yes. Are you still interested? Yes. Are you still interested? Yes. Are you still over and over?
Follow up as best I could with all those.
Did you then, or do you now boost your posts, or are you just relying on organic traffic to those posts?
I only experimented with boosting. I didn't really see much success with that just because it makes it louder. I see it as this. It makes it louder to your already friend group, not to external people. I don't know if was the algorithm.
Interesting.
Maybe it is, but it makes it louder to your own friends. But when you make an ad, you get outside of your particular realm.
If I were you, I would try that again, because when I filmed the follow-up to the appliance rental video a couple months ago, Kyler came out here to Dallas. We posted appliances for rent on Facebook Marketplace, just as we always do. He got a couple inquiries, and then we put like $20 behind it. Now, the lifetime value of these customers is like $1,500. So $20 is nothing. We put $20 behind it, and we got like 30 inquiries. Now, this is a big market, but the more competitive a market, like the more competing listings there are, the more your boosting can make a difference. It can put you at the top of the search results, right? So I know you have a lot more competitors today than you used to, which makes me think that boosting could be a lot more effective today than it used to be. And you were saying before we hit record that you're getting undercut on price. Boosting also enables you to keep a higher price because more eyeballs equal higher price.
Good point. I think it's time to revisit that particular strategy.
Yeah. Okay. So you started posting to Facebook. Was your secret sauce on the posting the pictures or the videos? Or neither?
I believe it was pictures. I didn't do a whole bunch of video at the beginning.
Interesting. I assumed you would be since you're so active on Instagram Reels, but.
Right. But near the beginning, I wasn't as photogenic or practiced, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So it was just pictures. Kind of, they spoke for themselves, right? Totes backed up, having a kind of a side-by-side before and after. Garage is unorganized to a clean shelf. I think that spoke wonders.
What were you charging back then for these units on average? I know they have custom ones. And then are you charging about the same today?
Yeah. In our first video, I was charging $40 per tote per space. And it's the same today.
Really? Good.
And so obviously there's with every season, there's ebbs and flows with that. I always recommend that different listings have different prices on them, whether it's a different size shelf, which is obviously going to be a different price than a small one, big one. But I vary it also. Maybe I drop it down to $32 per tote per space. If I'm feeling frisky, $25. Right? And just to kind of see the difference in the different listings, I get people for both, right? I even get calls saying, calls over the phone. I'm telling them the price, and they say, "Oh, I would have thought it'd be more." Oh, I can charge you more if you want.
Yeah,
but it really depends in the eye of the beholder, the customer, what value they put on this type of shelf.
Yeah,
there's obviously some that could care less. I don't care. I can unstack them. I'm young, whatever it is. I'm not doing it. My husband is. Okay. But there's also those who understand, feel this need that I have to organize it, that understand exactly what the value is and are willing to pay for it.
Okay. So a 4x5 would be 20 totes, and that's like $800, give or take.
Just to do the math here, 20 times 40, $800.
Okay. And does that include the totes, or do they have to buy those separately?
That would be separate.
Okay. So just the wood and the wheels and just the structure.
Just the structure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I remember when we last spoke, we were talking about ideas that were tangential to this, like you could do garage organization services or garage cleanup services. I've since seen like videos on Instagram of people that have that business, not related to shelving at all, but just like a standalone garage cleaning business or garage organization business. Have you dabbled in that at all?
A friend of mine, we kind of called each other at the same time and said, hey, let's do this. Hey, I was going to call you about this. Haven't rolled that out yet, but how that would be set up is, just to kind of utilize the Shelf Dude platform. Hey, I can organize the space as well if you need.
Yeah.
In addition to a shelf. If you don't want the shelf, great. I can come and organize for you and kind of work in tandem with my buddy and doing that side of the business. That would obviously necessitate more than just me. I would require some employees, some more man hours to do that.
Yeah.
Because every job is going to vary a lot more than on my particular model. Stay tuned. There might be an update on the website for that.
Do you have like a database of all the customers you've ever had?
Yeah. So all the purchases of plans, all the physical install of shelves, those customers, I got a list of all of them. Everyone who's ever emailed me, I think it's all been listed now.
Let's say theoretically you've delivered 300 shelves lifetime.
Probably closer to 1,000.
Okay, let's say 1,000, even better. And you get 10% of them to sign up for like annual spring cleaning services, right? $600, right? That could be 600 times 100, 60,000. That could be 60 grand a year in recurring revenue, where you really have no costs. It's just your labor, your time. Of course, your cost would be any help that you had, but that could be an entirely other business. And then if you were to go to all your competitors, build a database of all the people on Facebook Marketplace in your area that are doing the same thing, and just say, hey, I do garage cleanup as well. Every lead you send me, I'll give you $100. And you could have like this network of referral partners, because the chance of them hearing that and thinking, oh, I'm going to do that myself, is probably pretty low. Like it's not a sexy thing to do, is go clean out someone's garage on a Saturday, right?
Right. Who likes to do that?
Right. But like eventually, do things that don't scale. You could hire it all out and you could monetize your competitors, in a different way.
Right. Yeah. As they undercut you in one way, not take advantage, but, create a business.
Yeah. Monetize them. So you got to 15K a month in revenue. You ended up getting a shop, right?
Correct. Yep. Got a shop. Had one, had to move out of it. Got another one now. It's a little bit nicer. That's the one you most recently have seen. It really works out to have a space where you can lay out everything, all your tools in one spot, move from station to station, and not have to rearrange things as I did in the garage way back when. You got to move this. Okay, tuck it away. Got to get the cars in. It's no longer an issue. I can just show up, turn the lights on, and start cutting.
Yeah. And today, your business is more about like working with a network of installers, and you have a course that you sell as well, and less about building shelves directly, right?
Sure. No, yeah. I still have shelves on my docket for things to build, but it's changed. It's kind of transformed as I've kind of built up this following of like-minded people wanting to organize spaces, installers, as you just mentioned, that can kind of just join my network of installers to be able to receive leads when they come in. As people message me, hey, I'm in Oshkosh, or I'm in Florida, I'm on Australia, mate. I can forward those leads on through this installer network, which kind of works out great.
Listen, Beehive has always been the best newsletter platform for monetization. Their ad network and their analytics are unmatched, but they just had their biggest update ever, and it's something that all digital creators have to hear about. It's not just newsletters anymore. They just dropped their own AI website builder, dynamic podcast website feature, native analytics, direct digital product sales, and a link in bio capability. And let me tell you, the podcast website feature is outrageous. I can pull my entire podcast directly into my Beehive site, and it automatically creates episode pages with show notes, an audio player, and embedded YouTube videos. This replaces Podpage, and I've already started messing around with their digital products. Now you can sell ebooks, courses, templates, whatever you want, directly to the people who are already reading your stuff. So stop paying for 5 different tools to do all of this stuff that Beehive offers within one platform. I've been using Beehive for 2 years at this point, but it's about time you got started. So switch over at beehive.com/Chris and use the code Chris30 to get 30% off your first 3 months. That's BEEHIIV.com/Chris. What do you sell those leads for? How much do you get for referring someone?
Base, there's kind of a 70-30 split. If you think of $1,000 shelf, that's obviously 300, 700. Of their 700, for that size of shelves, roughly 5 by 5. The expenses on that is probably $150.
Oh, wow. It's great.
And they're 70%.
Yeah. So even if they're making $700 on that, they're still 80% profit margin, which is their time, right?
Yeah. Aside their time. And that's up to them, however fast they want to build it. So
now, have you dabbled with making other stuff for people?
Oh, yeah. I often don't post those because I don't want to build more of them. The process hasn't been streamlined enough. But no, most recently, I don't know if my wife posted this one, but I made a bed for my daughter. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of the same old setup with the totes, but just in a different arrangement, bed style. And so you can tuck your totes underneath it, bed on top. Kind of just a different way of, instead of sliding them underneath the bed, you can put them on the shelves.
Oh, that's cool. You don't want to scale that?
I think could work. That could blow up.
Have you tried to sell that yet? Like on Facebook?
No, I believe my wife, as she's yelling at me over here, whispering, I'm still working on the video.
To be released.
And also another innovation just over time is just better plans. I made the first plans that you could buy online, just kind of digital download on my computer, myself, PDF, Adobe, and they all look different. It's kind of funny looking. But I've since upgraded all those. So if that once purchased, want to see a different style, you can go on and see those improved version. I got a guy now that can make plans. So he's
that's cool.
Also making plans for that bed as well.
What tips do you have for people that are selling anything on Facebook Marketplace, a product or a service? Facebook doesn't really like people selling services, right? How do you get around that?
To your first question of advice that I would give to somebody who wanted to sell something on Facebook, it comes down to wanting it and your why. Why are you wanting to sell something? Obviously, it's for money. You want to provide in some way for your family. I think having that at the core of why you're doing it, it's in the why, is going to help you push forward those difficult times of it not working. That's first and paramount. From there, it's a lot of trial and error. I believe if they want to sell arepas or a little those are Venezuelan treats or empanadas or whatever, I'm thinking of Latin food for some reason. But any little trinket or hobby or craft, whatever it is, they just got to put it out there and see what happens. Take some nice photos, make an example of it, take a photo, post it out there, and see what happens. If you get a lot of feedback saying, oh, this is too expensive, or hey, do you have this version? Well, all those little details go into making a better version. Many people don't even reach this point. They're scared of what's going to happen. That's the most sad thing that I've seen is like, oh, they're struggling for money, but they don't know what to do. Well, just try. You got to try it. Instead, they resort to other free services in the community to support themselves, which nothing's wrong with that. Maybe but there's a lot to be said and a lot to be had with just trying something new.
Yeah. I'm doing this right now. I'm going to share my screen. I just pulled up Facebook Marketplace. I love just pulling up Facebook Marketplace and seeing what Facebook's trying to show me on the homepage because it's always the most unique things. Like here we go. We got a free home gym. Okay. Well, you could sell that stuff, go get it for free, and then sell it. Free old church pews. I guarantee you someone would pay for that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even search anything. This is just what the homepage is showing me.
This is the whole buy resell market is crazy.
Yeah.
The DI, I don't know if you have the DI in Dallas, Texas.
No. Just like thrift stores?
Yeah, it's like a Deseret. It's a thrift store, basically. But people line up at the thrift stores waiting for new goods. Buy it all up and then go resell it. There's a business. But it requires that mindset of somebody to go in and be looking for that opportunity and wanting to do that.
Yeah, this guy's selling a 16-foot trailer with a tiny home on it for $9,500. Like $9,500 for a house. Like it's obviously not as nice as like a formal tiny home, but tiny homes sell for $80,000. Like a trailer alone could be
You can put that up in the
$9,500.
woods,
Yeah.
little cabin.
Heck, golf cart for $2,000, an 8-foot floating alligator. Like, it's so interesting to just ideate by looking at these. Sourdough starter, pay what you can,
There you go.
School bus for $4,200.
You can sell anything.
Have you come across other people on Facebook Marketplace like selling something interesting or unique that's kind of made you cock your head?
I remember seeing some flowers, not your regular flowers, but kind of a crafty, take paper, roll it, paint it. They look like the metal aluminum ones that are all kind of folded up and you put them on your wall, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was selling those for $30. People were just making crafts and people were buying them. I thought to myself, well, what is the work required behind that? Is it worth it? How long does it take you to make that? If you're selling it for 30 and it took you 2 hours, that's $15 an hour. Walmart pays 17. You either go get a job or innovate and try and make them faster.
Yeah. And I pulled up Facebook Marketplace and someone was selling fettuccine Alfredo. Like, that's it.
There's a lot of
dumplings.
Food. A lot of food.
There's a lot. I'm so curious. Like, I want to do a whole video series where I buy a bunch of stuff, pay them to deliver it to me, and then I just interview them on the doorstep. Like, tell me about your business.
Right.
That'd be so interesting. To me, I don't care if no one watched it. I would be fascinated.
There's a lot of hustlers out there, which is cool. Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurs. I think there's an article or probably a video of Utah. There's a lot of entrepreneurs, MLMs, influencers, a lot of these types here. It's create a lot of competition, brings out the best in us. So,
what advice do you have for people wanting to sell anything on Facebook Marketplace? Are there any like best practices that they should follow?
I kind of mentioned this, but it's quantity, right? It doesn't cost you a thing. If you don't do ads, don't boost anything, it doesn't cost you a thing to make a listing. So make as many as you can.
Use ChatGPT to come up with ideas.
Yeah, whatever it is, or even just yourself, change one word. That repetition, that big net that you cast is going to help you determine which of those is best. Then you hone in on that one. It's kind of, I don't know if it's common knowledge, but just hone in on the one that works and do more of that.
Yeah.
You always have to be doing that. Always.
Yeah.
I'm telling myself this too. You always have to be selling. If you're not selling, the business dies.
Yeah. What do you think is next for your business?
As we've discussed, the shelf, it's not a repeat subscription type model. I set somebody up and this shelf's going to last until the second coming, I want to say.
I was going to say that.
It's solid. It's not going anywhere. And you can move it with you because it's built with screws, right? Move it to your next house. And so that doesn't cause a whole bunch of repeat customers. And so I've had to innovate. And so that's where we've now transitioned. We've always had the digital plans, which you can buy, but now we've kind of transitioned over to the installer network, which you got a couple different tiers of that. You got the free version, which, hey, if you're making shelves, you're doing your own thing, great. Let's just connect. And I can send you something later on if you need an extra shelf, right? Who wouldn't reject that? And then you got a paid version, which just kind of gets you more exposure on the website that lots of people are visiting. Hey, and get your name listed right there, your location, territory, exclusivity, etc. Get your hat and shirt because you're a shelf dude now. That's kind of what the installer Shelf Dude Pro program is what I'm calling it. Once again, innovating is this course that I've developed, is everything that I've learned over the last 2 years, ever growing as well, of 8 modules of how to do this, how to do that, how to do Facebook, how to, etc. If it's not there, let me know and I'll add that in. But you can take that if you don't know anything about shelves, take that, learn everything that I've learned and have implemented, and hit the ground running. So it's also there, as we've discussed. Kind of the garage organization is a possibility that I'm looking at, as well as some other digital assets that I'm currently in the works, but don't want to. A book, for example. I'm kind of dabbling in a book.
Oh, there you go.
Of why we get so disorganized.
Quick question. What if there were a private community out there of people that were building businesses based on this podcast? Well, I just made it. and it's only for business starters and business builders. It's called TK Owners. And it's basically like having me and 100 other business geniuses as your business partner. Also, there's going to be exclusive new trends, growth hacks, business ideas, and a database of everything I've ever talked about. You'll find thousands of startup case studies. You'll have weekly Ask Me Anythings with me while I'll answer your questions directly. You can join now at tkowners.com, link in the show notes.
The point there being that, oh yeah, you could learn how to avoid it.
Yeah.
Stay clean.
I think people would like that. It's kind of like, it's like a self-help book, right? And obviously that's one of the biggest categories. Like, what was the Marie Kondo show?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like, there's clearly a demand for people to pay for that.
Aside from these little things that I sell, right? I get kind of caught up sometimes of, oh, man, I'm just sick of selling. Just a little tired. I want to do, and I gotta remind myself, why am I doing this? And it comes back to a story that I shared recently of, I love to organize a space. Maybe that's the OCD in me. I love to organize it, make it clean and accessible. But the stress related to that the person has because it's disorganized, it's cluttered, is the stress they don't know they have until they have it relieved.
Yeah.
And so I love bringing that piece. Not any customer I've installed a shelf for has said, I hate this afterwards. They're always ranting and raving because
that must feel good.
Much better. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And those are the moments that fill me up. It's like, oh, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
They feel and understand that this is so much better. Why did I have it any other way? A recent customer, they're moving, located here in Draper, moving from house, they're doing some renovations. So they were staying with grandma, but all their house, 150 bins, was in a storage unit. So they called me up. Hey, we need some, we can't be unstacking all these things all the time. Because they'd see my stuff, went over there. I set them up with five by 5 shelves. That's 25 times, that's 150 totes with wheels. And she was ecstatic. This is the best thing ever. And it was actually her husband's birthday. So this is his birthday present. He loves it. I always think back when I'm having a rough day.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it.
That's awesome. During your sales process, do you sell the dream of that? Like, paint the picture of how they're going to feel when you're done?
A lot of the sales, kind of how that happens is a lot of just message over Facebook. And so, hey, here's the price. Here's some pictures. And what's your space look like? Send me pictures and kind of create that professionalism there and let them know that I'm the expert. And there's not a lot of calls where I have that opportunity to paint that picture for them.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe it's hard. It's always hard to ask for a phone number. Hey, what's your phone number? They don't want to.
Right. People don't.
So
there's a trade-off though, because you're going to be more likely to close them if they do give you the number, right?
My record is still 100% for in-person sales.
Oh, wow. Your close rate?
I'm a close rate there. Hey, can you come measure for me? Sure. I always close them because I'm able to connect with them that way. I'm in the space.
Yeah. My friend Alex that does land clearing, he attributes all of his success to painting the picture in their mind of what their land's going to look like and how they're going to feel when it's done. And I love applying that principle to any industry. Like, tell them how they're going to feel when it's done. And he said sometimes when he clears some acreage, they'll cry because they're like, my property has not looked like this since I was a kid. It looks like a different property. And so like, once he saw that reaction in people, which he didn't expect, now he like tries to get ahead of that reaction and tell them that they're going to feel that way. And his close rate went up even more. Sure.
And I connect the emotion to it.
Yeah. Well, theshelfdude.com. That's where we find you, right?
Shelfdude.com. It was a .company site before. Got rid of that. Now it's just shelfdude.com.
Okay. Well, if you are in Utah Valley or you want to start this business, go to theshelfdude.com and Alex will help you out. This is not an ad. He's not paying me, but he's a great guy and we should give him some business.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
All right. What'd you think? Please share it with a friend and we'll see you next time on the Koerner Office.